What's up, guys? So, yesterday it turns out that my health condition got a little worse. So, therefore, I was not able to do any streaming like I said I would, as it's become the norm. So, I apologize for that. But, anyways, I wanted to share some observations that I had made on the days leading up to Father's Day and on the date of Father's Day as well. So, one of the first things that I guess I should express is that Father's Day to me has never been much of a big deal ever since my grandfather passed away, because to me, he was my father figure. So, anytime Father's Day would come around, mom would make plans to go see him and get him stuff. So, after that, it kind of lost its significance in my life. And on top of that, I don't have a husband, I don't have kids, so it's not like I can be like, okay, let me celebrate, get on with the trend and celebrate a day with my husband or baby daddy, whatever the hell. But, anyways, what triggered some thoughts for me was the fact that on the days leading up to Mother's Day, I remember observing that there was so much fucking promotion going on around Mother's Day. Mother's Day was being talked about since April, and at the very least. And honestly, when it comes to Father's Day, there were absolutely no promos whatsoever going on. And you guys know that I work retail, so I would know what I'm talking about when I say that we didn't have any deals going on. Usually for Mother's Day, we put stuff like chocolates on sale, flowers for sale, and do we put cards on sale? I don't think we have the little like cards on sale, but the only thing that kept reminding me that this was Father's Day weekend was the fact that I would see some people buying cards that said dad or happy Father's Day or something something. But outside of that, it's like there's no flowers, there's really barely anything that would resemble something that maybe would be catered for a guy. So I want to ask the question, what is a good gift to get for a guy actually? Because when I used to shop with my mom for granddaddy, we used to get him tools because he was a carpenter and he needed tools very often, given that he would work with them a lot. They would just wear out on him fairly quickly. So it was a relevant, useful gift. But outside of that, anytime it's a birthday and the person is a guy, it's like, what the fuck do I get you? Because you guys are not really wild about clothes, and at least the guys in my life are not very wild about clothes. And I don't want to be that person who just gets a gift card because you are able to figure me out. So why should I not try to get you something? See what I mean? But the closest thing we had to a Father's Day promo was stuff about grilling. But then, if I think about it critically, in my years alive, usually the grilling was done by the man in the household. So it's not like you have something being done for you to where you just can sit back and relax. Beers, legally, we cannot have a sale on those because of, like, it depends on the percentage of your discount or something. So I understand that. So it's not like the stereotype of guys drink beer or whatever can be applied to this situation. And it's an item that just so happens to be like prohibited. It has restrictions on it. So yeah, like what would be a proper practical gift for a guy in the grand scheme of things? Because I just don't want to get something that's useless in the future for when this becomes a thing that maybe I find myself participating in. But you can always just opt for avoiding social situations, and that way you save money and you don't have to get anyone anything, and you're just antisocial, just like me, and I'm perfectly happy. Garuda says, I will marry you. Oh, you sound so sure about yourself. But, anyways, oops, I knocked this over. JP says, hello, greetings. Let's see. Okay, here we are. Gerda says, oops, I did not realize this is a live stream, my bad. If you was my wife and we literally spanked our babies, me doing the spanking, you can take off work as long as you can. I will hold you and our bloodline down. That's funny. But yeah, you guys, I honestly wouldn't know what to get a guy. I guess another practical thing would be like, those little gift cards that you can get for fuel. But again, it's a freaking gift card. It sounds so painfully unimaginative and lacking thought. I want to be a good person and participate, but at the same time, I'm someone who does not celebrate stuff like this. Like when my birthday comes around, I don't expect anyone to get me anything, but people feel obliged to. So of course, what is it? It's just a day out of the year that this happens, so why not? I'm not going to tell someone, I don't celebrate my birthday, so therefore, no, you cannot take me, I don't know, to the movies or something. That's what we did last year. So it's just that I'm not someone who asks for gifts like that unless I see something that I am really impressed by, and it's usually leggings. But but outside of that, I can skip out on them as well. You know what I mean? So as someone who is not expecting gifts, and I'm also trying to declutter my life, I'm not really trying to have a lot of just shit lying around in the room. So for a guy, I understand that you tend to be the givers, but that doesn't mean that it's okay to not think about you and get you anything. And also for companies to not have something that can cater for you, because holy crap, it's just so easy to promote shit to buy for a woman, but for a guy it's like, sure, video games, but again, there's gotta be something better than that. But anyways, that's why I ask you guys, because I'm clueless. I didn't have a father, and my grandfather was with me just too short for me to really get to observe what he needed and wanted. But anyways, I thought that I would point that out and see if you guys also notice the same thing, wherever it is that you live and whatever stores it is that you frequent. There was absolutely nothing going on that promoted Father's Day. I promise you. Um, let's see. But I also think that someone might jump in here at some point and say, oh, well, if daddies are not raising kids these days, what's the point? I think Father's Day is an extension of Mother's Day because it is the mothers who are staying with the kids. And I'm like, well, that's very easy. It's because the system tends to favor you. So I don't see why you need to be celebrated twice when you're just doing the very bare minimum, which is you are responsible for children. If you're not responsible for your children, you go to jail. So I just try to wonder if neglect was legal. Just how many cases of severe neglect would we see? Like, I truly believe that humans can be that bad because there has been evidence in the world that this happens. This is a thing that happens. Even if it's banned, neglect is still a thing. But for anyone who uses the argument of, oh, I'm your mother, I have done so many sacrifices for you. Well, if you were not ready to have me, why did you have me? See what I mean? So it's like I try to respect the fact that you have been a responsible parent, but if you're going to use that to try to manipulate me, it's like, no, you were just doing the bare minimum that you're legally required to do before you land yourself in hot water. So, but anyways, I'm just going off the tangent there, like I always do. Just ask a father what he wants. If I was a father, I will be like, I want beer, my lovely wife. If it is a kid, then I will be like, I don't need nothing. I only need you to be successful. Hello, Jack. Uh, Guy stuff, a nice watch, tool, belt, drill, bits, wrench set. If he is a mechanically inclined person in sport, man, and warehouse. Yeah, like my grandfather, that's why we used to get him builder tools because he was a carpenter. But sometimes you just want to do something different because if you, let's say that for the past 5 years, that's all you have been getting him, it gets old. But maybe you guys are just not picky like that. I imagine that family members would be like, I'm not going to judge you on what you get me. At least you're thinking about me and going out of your way to buy me something. But see what I mean? I just don't want to be predictable. Put it that way. And on the note of watches, this is kind of weird, but every guy who I have known at some point stopped wearing watches because their wrists get way too big for them. Like my grandfather could not wear watches because his hands, he developed them so much from being a carpenter. And also his job, because of that, he preferred to not wear anything like that because it may interfere with his work. And on top of that, my boyfriend had the same problem. He used to wear watches, but now he just cannot. And I guess it's from all the lifting he does. So, but anyways, it's crazy. We just had Chinese takeaway yesterday. It's all he wanted. Food, yeah, definitely. Food is a good inclination as well. I guess it's very traditional for you to go on like dinner dates because I know everyone was talking about what restaurants they were going to go for Mother's Day. So for Father's Day, it really wouldn't be that different. Restaurants are also still in mind. And of course, going to the movies, I guess. But what can I say? At some point, you just want to do something that's different. Like, well, I guess that's just me individually, my preference. I just need to break from the routine. Even if routine means once a year, I still am opting to do something different. I just don't like routines and predictability. Hate it. Nah, I don't believe in single mothers. I will take a female to court over my children. No female will take my children away from me. You give me hope in humanity. Well, I really hope that courts do better when it comes to that because there are some mothers who end up with custody who are definitely questionable. So if you see a mother who's relying too much on the money that the daddy brings, it's weird. It's just weird. Don't trust that person. And what can I say? To me, I need someone who's a good leader, a good influence. And if I'm going to be the kind of mother who gives a picture to my kids that I am dependent on someone else to make them successful in life or give them a better life, then that says very little about me. And that terrifies me. So, so I would just rather postpone it, wait, do things right, have a good guy with me, and not have to go through that. Because unfortunately, you are bound to whomever you have kids with for the rest of your lives. So you might as well pick someone who's decent, you know? But at the same time, people don't show their true colors until God knows when. So I don't know. Relationships are just complicated like that, but they shouldn't be. But people's own interests, it gets out of control. And just don't make stupid decisions, damn it. And if you do something stupid, then have a plan ahead, and always plan for the worst. So for me, I like to be prepared as if I cannot count on the help of the Father, because I should be self sufficient. So yeah, I know that's not always easy, but if you're going to be also taking money from like the government because it favors you, then please do not mismanage it. Because why is it that your kids cannot have school supplies, but yet you have brand name clothing that's new? You know? So what are your values? Let's see. Nowadays, watch is just symbol. People don't wear them. It's for its primary purpose, time only for special occasions, except the smartwatch. Yeah, I find that people who wear watches nowadays have that little Apple Watch, or they have one of those bracelets that tracks how many miles you have walked or something. And in addition, I know that recently when I have worn watches, it's been more for the fashion aspect of it. Like, ooh, I'm wearing a purple top, so let me wear my watch that has the purple bracelet on it. Or silvery stuff. I like silvery things. So, but yeah, you're right. Who needs to use a watch like that nowadays? I needed it when I was in school, in elementary school. But outside of that, I've never really gone out of my way to buy one. And when I used to have one, it was because my mother insisted that I had one on me. So, yeah, it's crazy. I never thought about that. I want to homeschool my kids and bring them to social kids events. I have considered homeschooling very strongly, but I'm worried about what it takes to validate their education. And also, there are only so many subjects that I am good at, so I wouldn't want to hurt my child's progress. But I can imagine I can also hire some kind of tutoring for that. But I'm not sure. I really don't know how validating the criteria for homeschool is. I know you still get some kind of standard course of study precisely to address that, but I just don't want to deal with that. Just I don't want to say that I want others to deal with my children's education and tell them what's important to know and what not. Just like I don't want other people cooking my food because they will not handle it like I expect, or use the ingredients that I personally prefer. So, but anyways, I guess the choices you make, you gotta live with the consequences of them, good and bad. Alright, guys, well, I am going to conclude my rambling here. I will try to return at some point, but there's some stuff that I just gotta do before that crazy hour known as 5 o'clock gets here, and it's almost here. I refuse to let the government and society raise my kid. I want my kids to learn and get morals, then find like-minded people. Yeah, makes sense. I cannot help but saying my gut tells me you would make a great mom, but if you're already a mom, congrats on being a great mom. Well, I am not a mother yet, and honestly, I keep switching back and forth between I want kids and I don't want kids. But a lot of people have said that I would be a great mother, but sincerely, without being fake about it, I think I would be a terrible mom because I can be pretty bad at managing things, and also any factors that stress me out that I do not count on, uh, I'm not good at managing that. Like, anytime my schedule changes unfavorably at work, I get upset. It's like, wow, I don't have time to do things in my day like I am used to. Or, little things like that. I get used to a routine that works for me. I develop it and I stick to it. And if anything disrupts that, I get upset. So with kids, I am definitely not ready to have kids because I am not in the financial situation to deal with them. That's one. And second of all, where I'm at is not a good place to be raising kids. So, no, no. Motherhood brings out the best in people who would be a great mother. A man like me, you will be a great mom. I can take care of the kids. You have a great personality. You would make a great mom. Well, I appreciate you guys having so much faith in me and looking up to me like that. Not looking up to me, but like having high regards for me like that. That's what I meant to say. But yeah, I don't know. I don't want to lie to you guys. I don't think I can do it. At least not right now. And there's definitely a lot of maturing I need to do. Like everybody does have maturing to do, but I'm saying that I will be the first to recognize that I cannot handle a child. So, yeah, you guys can compliment me like that at your own risk, but I just want you to know the truth that I am definitely not emotionally, mentally, financially, nor physically prepared for them. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. If I end up getting a child or having a child, then you guys will be the first to know, that's for sure. Um, so yeah, pretty much for now, my child will be Dusty. I'll deal with Dusty, and even Dusty on occasion gets neglected by me. I'm like, oh, I forgot to feed you at your regular time. Here, have your dinner 2 hours later. But anyways, yeah, I'm a terrible person. But fortunately, he eats well throughout the day. But I'm telling you, any changes to my day, it just upsets me. Don't worry, a lady like you will be okay around strong men. You would be a great mom. Well, thank you guys. It means the world